Okay, I'd now like to invite the new generation of Flex alumni, Mrs. Alina Beskrovna from Flex 2007 to the stage. Please, Alina.
Your Excellency, honored guests. Yes, I do. Honored guests, my dear Flexers, dear friends, wow, what an honor to be present at the 20th anniversary of this amazing program. It has changed my life, and I think it applies to all of us, right? Well, why I joined Flex back in 2006? I come from an industrial town of Mariupol in Donetsk region, famously known. And at that time, it was the one and only opportunity for me to get out of Ukraine to see the world. So I took it. And it's an inherent trend and a trait in Flex alumni that they make the best use of the opportunities in front of them. This we know, because to become a finalist, you have to use the opportunities you're given. What we learn while we are in the States is how do we create opportunities for others? Right, I see this all the time. I have a good friend, her name is Ira. Yes, and she came back from the States and decided to volunteer in Germany. And to her huge surprise, she found out that over 100 NGOs exist in Ukraine, and there was not a single NGO that could process her paperwork to become a volunteer in Germany. So what did she do? She created her own NGO. She called it Iskra, and what an inspiration was it yesterday for me to see her Facebook status update, and I would like to quote it. She wrote, "This moment, when you start a tiny provincial youth NGO a couple years back, and then one day you see a central UNPD office reposting your calls for applications." What an inspiration. We have Vasil right here, who provided opportunities for hundreds and hundreds of young, active Ukrainians to develop their skills and to make Ukraine and the world a better place, right? So Flex teaches us first and foremost not to overlook opportunities and also to create opportunities for others. I serve on the board of Junior Chamber International in Ukraine, and one problem that we found was, how do we clean up Ukraine? Okay, we have a team of 8 organizers. Can we physically go and clean up every single park in Ukraine? No. Can we provide opportunities for others to join? Yes, so we did. And you probably know this project. It's called Let's Do It Ukraine, also known as Зробимо Україну чистою. And from what I know, it is the biggest ecological project in Ukraine. Right. Also, how do we explain to a young generation that your dreams of becoming entrepreneurs in Ukrainian realities do not have to stay dreams? There's just one way of doing that. We create a platform for young, aspiring entrepreneurs to talk to current entrepreneurs who actually have done it. And this is a project of JCI called I Lead, and also Be Entrepreneur. So we create opportunities for others. We also serve as cultural ambassadors. And this, I think, is one of the main points of Flex. Now, think of yourself as 16, 17-year-olds. How many of you seriously thought you were an ambassador? Sorry, Your Excellency?
I'll tell you the story.
Right, how many of you? None, right? You're a kid, you know nothing. You're a kid, right? Wrong, okay? Because what Hillary Clinton told us, she specifically talked to exchange students, and she told us that the friendships and understanding that you're building are the most effective form of diplomacy, right? So there's this shared understanding that we don't have to be identical in order to coexist among Flexers. And if it wasn't for Flex, I'm sure we would not have such a deep understanding of it, right? So because it's so easy in this globalized society to turn a minor difference into a deadly confrontation, it is especially important nowadays. So among us we have, do we have Vladimir Bilay standing somewhere? Hi. So this is the person who was the first one to teach me probably the most quoted slogan of Flex back in pre-departure orientation 2006. And it was not better, not worse, just different. That's right. So this idea of sharing cultures and of diversity being celebrated instead of being a part of confrontation and conflict is the central idea of Flex. So what do we have now after 20 years of Flex? We have over 5,000 alumni right here in Ukraine. And they are creating opportunities for others. They're using the full potential of opportunities for themselves. They are lifelong cultural ambassadors. And they are proactive. And as I speak to you right now, they're making Ukraine and the world a better place, thanks to Flex. So I would like to thank people who make it possible. Thank you, and happy birthday, Flex.